Narrator calm, dramatic tone. It was a cold January afternoon in 1919, a day like any other in Boston's North End, until, without warning, a wave came crashing through the streets. Not water, not fire, but molasses, thick, hot, deadly. This is the forgotten story of the Great Molasses Flood, one of the strangest and most horrifying disasters in American history.
Ho, ho, ho!
Scene 2, background and build-up visuals, industrial tanks, factories, early 1900s Boston. Narrator. In the early 20th century, molasses wasn't just for cookies and candy. It was used to produce alcohol, fuel, even explosives during World War I.
Ho, ho, ho!
The Purity Distilling Company, owned by U.S. Industrial Alcohol, stored massive amounts of it in a huge steel tank, 50 feet tall, 90 feet wide, right in the middle of a busy neighborhood. But this tank was a ticking time bomb. Poorly built, leaking, making groaning sounds. Locals said children would collect the dripping syrup from the sides. And no one did anything.
Ho, ho, ho!
Scene 3, the disaster visuals. Recreation of tank bursting, wave of molasses sweeping streets. Narrator intense tone. January 15, 1919. Around 12:40 p.m. without warning, the tank exploded. A roaring sound, then a shockwave. A tsunami of 2.3 million gallons of hot molasses surged through the streets to 25 feet high, traveling at 35 miles per hour. It crushed buildings.
Ho, ho, ho!
Swept horses off their feet, threw a truck into the harbor. People were trapped, unable to move, suffocating in syrup. Scene 4, the aftermath visuals. Rescue efforts, destroyed buildings. Newspaper headlines. Narrator. 21 people were killed, more than 150 injured. Bodies were hard to find, some buried in the sticky mess for days. The cleanup took months, the smell years.
Ho, ho, ho!
The disaster outraged the public. Who was to blame? Investigations revealed the tank had never been tested properly. It was built too fast, too cheap. Scene 5, the trial and legacy visuals, court sketches, documents. Modern city scenes. Narrator. A massive lawsuit followed. For the first time, a major corporation was held responsible for a civilian disaster in the U.S.
Ho, ho, ho!
U.S. Industrial Alcohol was forced to pay $628,000 in damages, the equivalent of over $9 million today. The case changed American law forever. Stricter building codes, engineering standards, and a new idea that corporations must protect the public, not just their profits. Scene 6. Reflective ending visuals. Today's Boston, people walking, Molasses Memorial Plaque.
Ho, ho, ho!
Narrator thoughtful tone. Today, most Americans have never heard of the Molasses Flood. But its legacy is everywhere, in safety regulations, in corporate accountability, and in the way we look at industry. It's a sweet story with a bitter truth, a reminder that even the strangest disasters can shape the future. Outro text on screen. The Great Molasses Flood, January 15, 1919.
Ho, ho, ho!
Those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it. George Santayana. Subscribe for more stories history forgot.
Ho, ho, ho!